Welcome to day 3. Now we've just scratched the surface on how you learn. We're going to talk today a little bit about the challenges of making a technical change. So there's some loose figures on the number of repetitions that you would need to learn a new movement. And certainly what I will say is the more that we are aware, the more feedback, the more focus that we have for what we're going to do, the more likely it is that we can speed up that change. So the figures we work with, and these are very, very approximate, is 21, 5,000 and 10,000. So what we're saying is it takes about 21 movements doing it reasonably in the same fashion to get an idea of something feeling right and something being along the lines of what we want to do. So it's a very simple exercise. Just put your hands together and just notice what that feels like. For most people, you won't think about how you did that and it will feel quite comfortable. Now all I want you to do is just shift everything down one. So every finger, so that the thumbs are now differently located with the fingers still holding. Now I suggest to you that that feels quite different. Now without completely losing the grasp and just undoing it fractionally and then putting it back 21 times. So just go along this with me, get ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So now, just shut your eyes and just notice how that feels. And it maybe doesn't feel quite as awkward as it did before. Now here's the trick. Now go back to your normal one. And you'll notice probably that although it feels comfortable, it didn't feel as comfortable as it did before. So what I'm going to suggest here is that's the start of change. That's the start of new neural pathways, new synapses, a new path for the brain to work automatically on. So the next part of that then is we're suggesting that you then need to do about 5,000 repetitions of that movement like that before it would become a habit, and then 10,000 for you to become an expert. But for the moment, I think it's the 21 that we want to get involved with. So if there's something that we want to do that's different, then I might even make 21 practice swings before I did my actual swing. And if that then represented those 21 practice swings, I then may feel I could go forward to make another swing. Now what I do when I'm practicing something new is I want to stay as focused as I possibly can on my ability to get feedback from whatever it is that I'm trying to be aware of or focusing, that I know that tells me that I've made this change. So what I do to help me is, first of all, I've produced some practice sheets, and if anybody wants these, just use the email address at the end of the film and I'll send you those practice sheets. And what I do is I number my balls, so I only hit, when I'm in a change, I only hit 21 golf balls, because that really is stretching my ability to focus. So I actually take a felt tip pen down the driving range or in my balls and I number the balls 1 to 21. Now once we've really got to pay attention to this new movement that we're making, then we move into this over-learning stage. So now there's a couple of ways to practice over-learning. One probably will give you more opportunity to stay focused, and that's where we might, on a full swing, still change the club, change the target, change the direction in which we're trying to hit the ball, the type that we're trying to hit. So having that variance in our practice will also help us. So I'm going to end that one here today, because that 21, 5,000, 10,000 is the fundamental of change using some of the tools that we've already got. The idea of using 21 repetitions and extreme focus for the feedback, so that you can really pay attention to what you're doing, and then eventually getting to that point where we do 5,000. And the 10,000 probably is actually needed to be done on the golf course where we're actually in that playing situation. So remember, if you're going to change anything, the more professionally you go about making that change, the quicker that you're going to get that change, the quicker that you're going to be playing much better golf. Tomorrow I'm going to deal with how we can quicken up this process even more and make sure that we do things the correct way. I'll also be getting very briefly to the major golf swing, how you should know exactly what it is that you should be doing, so that you can then start to use these tools to get there. Thank you for listening.